you're training hard, paying 100 and I don't know what it is now, 60 bucks.
Mine is cheaper.
Yeah, and to have a ref to crush your hopes and dreams, and I've seen it ways many times. So not only is the sub-only tournament just naturally it's the best workout, but we're taking the refs out of the mix. The biased calls, oh that was a sweep, oh no it wasn't a sweep, he sat back for a footlock. We're taking all that nonsense out of the mix to submission only. Obviously, you know, we're not doing anything ridiculous like biting and all that stuff, but the goal is to make it about the competitors and make it entertaining for the fans out there. Because Jiu-Jitsu's been around in the States since, competing since 95, and still to this day. There's nobody in the stands. Even the no-gi worlds, the biggest one, it's not sold out. Why? Because people are bored. They're bored of the stalling and that's the problem with Jiu-Jitsu. That's what's keeping it down. It's boring. You know, and we watch 6 or 7 matches, we talk to your friend, you look back, you don't know what's going on. Every tournament has a different scoreboard. It looks like blackjack and pig. You don't know what the green numbers and the yellow numbers are. We're taking all that confusion out of the mix, taking away the power that the ref has. That's the number one thing. They have too much power. You guys train too damn hard to have some idiot ref who knows some guy from a team to cost you all that training and all that heartache and you're pissed off. Some guys even quit Jiu-Jitsu because of all the bullshit. Alright, so the submission only format is not only more exciting, way more exciting for the fans in the stands, but for you guys competing, training your ass off, throwing the money down, you're not going to get a raw deal in submission only tournaments. Alright, my hope is that these points tournaments, they look like karate points tournaments. You know what I mean? You're doing Muay Thai or you're doing point karate. That's my goal. So you're seeing it more and more throughout the world. The submission only tournaments are popping up. People were afraid. Promoters were afraid to do it. They were like, how could you do submission only? That's too gangster. We can't do that. Rose came out and did it. Rose did it. She's the one. She is the one who had the balls to come out and make it happen. People would talk about it. It was like submission only would be like some myth. Everyone was afraid. Rose with Javi Vasquez, the rule set where you either submit or you're out. That's the only way. No overtime. No overtime. If you have an overtime, that gives someone a way out. Someone will stall and I'll win it in overtime. I'll stall. So then I wasn't a fan of overtime, of no overtimes. I was even trying to tell Javi and Rose, you gotta have an overtime. I mean, what if it's a draw? And I was arguing with Javi. I thought he was stubborn. I thought he was closed-minded. And now I see it when I went to my first race at Nationals. That is the key. You want the urgency for the fans. You see two guys going for it. The fans win. The people in the stands, they're going to hang out longer. There's going to be more people watching instead of all these jiu-jitsu tournaments and no one's even there except your mom and your brother, and they want to get the hell out. They're like, never come back. Sorry, Eagle, I can't. Question? So anyway, now that Rose has opened the doors and let everyone realize that this is the way to go. Submission only, it's not that crazy. Everybody can do it. That's what I'm pushing for. I'm pushing for submission only all the way within the next 10 years. I hope IBJJF goes submission only. That would be great. No-gi world submission only. That would be great. Abu Dhabi submission only. I know everyone in here would rather see Abu Dhabi submission only. I would rather see Abu Dhabi. Been too many times you've seen like in the point system. It's kind of crazy. Javi Vasquez went against the Japanese guy, had him in a cinch triangle for like 5 minutes. The guy didn't do anything to him, and the other guy wins because he almost passed or something like that. And same thing with Jeff Glover had Leo Vieira in the darts for like 2 minutes, and like Jeff lost. And this doesn't make any sense. So hopefully it's building and it'll keep building, and we'll get to the point where it's just all the way across the board. every Jiu-Jitsu tournament, submission only, and we take the sport to the next level. And we can put submission only on ESPN. There's no reason why we can't have Jiu-Jitsu on ESPN. There's dog frisbee on ESPN. 3:30 in the morning, they got dog frisbee competitions. And you're telling me they're afraid of Jiu-Jitsu because it's boring. Two dudes just stalling. You get one advantage and you hold. That's killing the sport. That kills the sport. It does. Submission only is going to save the sport. Thank you, guys.
You know, I think it's ironic that some of the Gracies are not biggest fans of Eddie, especially some of the women. Yeah.
No, you're lying.
And you know what's ironic is that, and I think about it, and I tell some of the people that were really involved in Jiu-Jitsu, hardcore in Jiu-Jitsu, and I explain to them the importance of what Eddie and every single one of you guys is doing, is that you guys, 10th Planet, has turned around and it's helping me save my grandfather's Jiu-Jitsu. It is absolutely incredible, and I'm very, very appreciative, and I'm very, very grateful.
I got one more thing too.
Also, obviously, we don't have the biggest names yet in these submission-only tournaments. We don't, but we do have in the jiu-jitsu world, we have a super legit superstar here. And I actually known him since I was a white belt. I met him and his brother back at Jean-Jacques in 95, 96, and he's been competing, and he is, if you're hardcore into jiu-jitsu, you know who he is. Gabriel Vela, right there, stand up. That's Gracie Baja, world champion. That's no joke right there. That's like Rodolfo Vieira. That's like, you know, that level. So he showed up. That's huge right there. And hopefully, you know, we get more people in there. I would like to see Rafael Mendez, Obrina, all those guys. Let's see the submission-only format. And also, Hallett Gracie for stepping it up with Metal Morris. Come on, you got to give it up to Hallett Gracie. Is it here? Hallett Gracie? Everybody? Is it here?
No idea.
So, that is a huge step. Where's Hallett? Hallett Gracie, man. That guy has tremendous balls. Donkey balls. Big ones. Without hair. Metal Morris, that right there, that's a real quick. You know, people weren't sure how it was going to turn out. You know, they weren't sure. But now we know that right there, that is the future. Submission only 20-minute matches. The upper echelon competitors at Enrico Val, Cron Gracie, that is the future right there. All right, guys, so thank you guys for coming. Let's build it every year. Let's get to the Gracie world. Let's make a submission-only gold medal mean more than anything. And it should. Just science.
Should know. It does.
It does.
It does. It does.
Rose Gracie's ladies and gentlemen. Rose. Big shout out to Helio Gracie. Without him, none of this would be happening. None of this would be happening. Another big shout out to Hoist Gracie. Without Hoist Gracie, none of this would be happening. And without Hoyon Gracie inventing the UFC, none of this would be happening. Hoyon Gracie, everybody. Henzo Gracie, guys. Henzo Gracie, everybody. Hammer and Huron Gracie, everybody.